As we bring you the latest numbers from the COVID centre, these are numbers that later on you'll read in other media. But this morning, the CCSA has reported 9,692 new COVID cases around the nation, along with 67 deaths attributed to COVID. Another kick in the teeth for the national vaccine rollout, as reports indicate that AstraZeneca has asked Thailand to extend the timeline for the delivery of 61 million doses of its vaccine for a further 5 months. This according to a government minister who pointed out that the Astra facility has the capability, so we're told, to produce 15 million vaccines monthly, and that could expand in numbers too. The grand plan for the Astra facility included the promise of 10 million vaccines a month for Thailand, and the government is likely to demand that those numbers be supplied, this to get the country back on track. It also goes some way to explain recent reports that the state has considered restricting exports from the facility, as it doesn't appear to be keeping up its side of the deal. The World Health Organization has stated that a mix and match of vaccines, as proposed here, to compete with the Indian form of the COVID virus, is not necessarily bad. This according to the representative here in Thailand, who explained that statements made by others that the mixing is not recommended were in fact only suggestions. At the same time, it's recommended by the WHO that patients are closely monitored for side effects. Word is that the state has ordered some 16 million Favipiravir antiviral tablets, which they say will arrive next month. The plan is to use them for infected patients, and stocks of 4 million tablets are already available here, along with broad-spectrum antiviral intravenous drips. Despite a statement from the Moderna manufacturers stating at the end of June that any new orders received would not be delivered until 2022, the deputy chief of the government pharmaceutical organisation states that the plans to distribute the Moderna vaccine through private hospitals is ahead of schedule. Over 280 hospitals have orders in place through the government organisation, which earlier we were told had seen delays in order placement. Now we're told that the agreement or purchase order with the manufacturer will be signed next week, and they go on to state that the Moderna supplies will arrive October onwards. Meanwhile, at home and in Pattaya, the city mayor, Kun Plume, publicised plans to get benefits for locals here, with the promise of at least 2,000 baht a month per household from next month. As poverty levels rise and so many are unemployed, the biggest issue facing the city is a lack of vaccines. That's been continually addressed by City Hall. However, underlying problems for Pattaya is the estimated number of residents here. It's minute compared to reality, and this is due to the majority of workers here failing to register or being unable to register as residents. The housebook registration system sees most who rent out small rooms not allowing residents to register, and the majority of people here failing to register but instead remaining registered in their homes and villages. End result is that those homesteads get the benefit of the count, along with funding and vaccines, and Pattaya simply doesn't get what it needs. As in most countries, government figures and allocations are based on the registered number of residents in any area. Employers then are encouraged to ask staff to register for their own benefit. A spot of good news as this week has also seen over 1,400 market vendors vaccinated around the city in an attempt to keep those businesses safe for the public. Again, early this morning, Chonburi has reported 530 new cases of COVID in the province, with Banglamung taking first place at 171, Sirachar 161, Chonburi City 58, Sattahip 16 and Banbung 47. The Met Office predicts storms from now until July the 21st, with high waves and the waters in the Gulf dangerous to swimmers and small boats. With the warning of flash floods for most areas, including our own, it's time to take extra care. A treat, perhaps, could be to go down to the beaches and look out to the sea this week. With the lack of boats and activity in the bay, 2 to 3 large whales have been spotted close to the city, between the shoreline and Koh Larn. Just as tourists used to do, the mammals appear to be chilling out and playing in the local waters, and have been spotted by local boatmen. And with the Met Office promising highs today of 30 dropping down to 26, and a good chance of storms at any time. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin, or program, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.